Hello, hello. We have a new chapter of One Piece. This is 1123 The Void Fortnite. Fortnite Battle Pass? No, just kidding. Obviously, it means a 2 week period. I think this is probably referring to the fact that the world government is going to just completely wipe out all evidence and memory of what happened at Egghead to the best of their ability. I think Egghead all took place over a period of like 2 weeks of one fortnight. That's my guess. In a similar way to the Void Century, they're going to somehow censor and obliterate this from the record. We're gonna find out though. At any rate, it seems like Egghead is ending. The ship is sailing away. This insane adventure that escalated in like 18 different directions simultaneously is coming to a close. I think it was a fantastic arc. Not just on the level of the revelations and lore that it provided, or even on the level of just kind of the climactic events that happened and the sense of an approaching endgame. But I think it was just also such a fun setting with such fun characters, just succeeding in all the ways that we love One Piece arcs for. We're starting off with more adventures of Yamato after last chapter's brief diversion to pay tribute to the ending of Boku no Hero Academia, the second longest running series in Jump, which just came to a conclusion. Now we're back to Yamato Adventures. Eating Oden. Sentenced to eat Oden with the person they hate. Huh? Who is... I'm a little confused. Who's the person they hate? That the children hate? Kyoshiro? Is that guy's name? Somebody that he hates? Aren't they all homies now? I don't know. Maybe this is some like Japanese idiom or something I don't know about. Cute little panel though. Certainly makes me want Oden. I'm kind of hungry. You never know with One Piece. Sometimes it can really trigger the appetite. We, for all I know, are about to be heading into a big celebratory dinner chapter. Sanji whipping up something on the sunny once everybody gets resettled in. Okay. So it's the aftermath. Egghead is on fire. The Marines are wrecked. So many of them knocked out from Conqueror's Haki, unleashed by the giant robot. The Seraphim trying to wake up the Marines. Even this Vice Admiral is still knocked out cold. Maybe she only got hit so bad because she was childified by Bonnie, but clearly there was a lot of Haki bound up in that rope. They knocked out all the captains. That even stronger than Red Hairs. There was no hostility to it. That's very interesting as a note. First off, that sort of thing is sensed, not just through the overwhelming aura shockwaves, but that there's this other level of like intent or personality or feelings infused within someone's Haki. But then also, yeah, in contrast to Shanks, who we saw before use extremely, extremely powerful Conqueror's Haki, but in moments of real outward hostility, like walking onto Whitebeard's ship and knocking everybody out, and Whitebeard going like, hey, what the fuck was that? Luffy shouts a final thanks and farewell. This ancient giant warrior teetering and tottering and going up in smoke, but Luffy giving a great big grin, knowing that it has served its purpose. The advantage of their slumber and get the heck out of here. Yeehaw! Set sail to Elbaf. Wow, 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 wow. And the sunny alongside. Good, good. Crazy. Did anyone think, what, like, literally 1,000 chapters after Little Garden was introduced, after the giant captains were introduced, after the concept of Elbaf was introduced, I'm sure a lot of One Piece readers thought someday we'll be setting sail to Elbaf. Someday we will have adventures in the land of giants. But did anyone think it would be 1,000 chapters later? Oh, that's amazing. I love these little vignettes. Bonnie sleeping peacefully, Zoro letting out a final sigh of relief. Managed to hold off Gorosei that whole time. Usopp screaming with delight and relief. Joyously welcoming the giant captains. Nami taking care of the extremely disheveled Luffy. After so much Gear 5 time, he's turned into, this withered zombie-like mummy. And then Sanji addressing the body of Vegapunk. What you said back there just doesn't sit right with me. Was this what you wanted, Vegapunk? Was it? I couldn't hear everything, but you said some pretty outrageous stuff. Okay, 2 weeks ago, Egghead. This is, of course, before all of this chaos and catastrophe started. Anomaly in the numbers from the power plant. Okay. Neutron flux. Neat. Sure, that's like a thing. Amount of energy expenditure on the Seraphim has been inching upwards. It's a mistake. It's a grave one. This data represents evidence that someone has stolen some of the Mother Flame. Oh. So it's not that it's using more power, it's using more percentage of the power because some of the Mother Flame is missing. And this is when they start to suspect one of their own is Vegapunk. Was it Lilith? She's evil. So yeah, only Pythagoras, that guy, Veda, like the Rig Veda. It's like some Indian term. Shoot. And Vegapunk himself have alibis. He's so suspicious of Lilith. Lilith the culprit would know we're onto him. Okay, and then they figure out it's York. So he knew even from the start that it was York specifically. Also forgive me, Lilith. Okay. Dr. Vegapunk is studying the Void Century. So this is it. This is when... Oh, Shaka. That's his name. This is when panic started to set in at Egghead. The Kingdom of Lucia is gone. Can only be an omen. Oh, so Egghead, yeah, it didn't... Well, the standoff was 2 days. I remember that. The standoff where they started reporting that the Straw Hats had kidnapped Vegapunk went on for 2 days before, like, the situation broke. Right? Why did I think there was 2 weeks? I guess I was thinking of 2 days and thought 2 weeks of stuff had happened. But no, it's the 2 weeks that had started when they realized that York was a problem. Okay. Another flame York gave them to activate it. We'll see the Grizzly results soon enough. Oh, my heart is too, but I can't go public with it. Okay, so this is maybe when he comes up with the Dead Man's Switch. Frickin' York. It wasn't even the evil one. It was the greedy one. Anyone who learns of the Void Century will be eliminated. Right. Time for us to flee. I re-Quasar an escape ship. This is why, as soon as the Straw Hats showed up, he was like, let's get out of here. Hound us to the very ends of the earth. To die anywhere else would be in vain. Okay. And this is the plan. Closer I get, the darker it looms. Just what is the world government? If I die, it won't be for nothing. Thinking the same thing. Okay. So tragic. Cloud plains produces islands. Clouds. Those clouds might be the foundation of humanity's survival after all. Oh, interesting. I never really thought about that. Because, yeah, we see that Egghead is full of these giant island clouds and that the Labo phase is floating on this island cloud. And you're like, oh, that's cute. That's awesome. That's something that a mad scientist would come up with. That's just like a kooky thing to do. But then when you really learn about Vegapunk and the sort of stuff he was working on, it's like a lot of the stuff wasn't as superficial or random as it seems. Most of these things were made by request or to solve a specific problem or to address a certain concern that he had going forward. So in retrospect, it's kind of like, well, why was he making all those island clouds? That kind of seems unnecessary until you realize, yeah, he was doing this to give humans another way to survive if all of the land in the world is flooded. This is the plan B, is to build new civilizations atop island clouds. Another flame, a little test run. If we can move this thing within, it might be the ideal energy source. Man, life on Egghead before all this shit went down actually looks so comfy. Just this team of 7 brilliant scientists that's actually just one guy meandering around this island, tinkering this bizarre kind of pseudo-tropical paradise, building stuff, managing this little society that lives here. There's a real fun comfiness, and I think it's really nice, like, it's kind of tragic too. It's very sad to kind of have these memories of Egghead so soon after just seeing it lying in rubble. But it's nice that at least we're given this sort of little exploration and almost seeming like nostalgic look at what Egghead was before this crisis. Okay, this is the recording, of course, of the famous message. It is the truth, and everyone has a right to know it. No unexpected transponder snail is hidden within here, and it's set up to transmit upon my death. For everyone else from learning that we've arranged this little trick, I will be erasing this event from my mind. Oh! So, this is the true Void Fortnite. It wasn't the world government's doing at this point. Vegapunk himself initiated this voiding out, which makes sense. It's an interesting precaution. It ties in again to themes throughout the entire Egghead arc, especially with Kuma's backstory of memories and the fallibility of memories and the preciousness of memories, erasing memories, the collateral damage thereof. Such as York's betrayal and the theft of the Mother Flame and the imminent threat to their lives. We'll be started anew by these things. We'll be frightened all over again. Our plans have already been laid, and the other disaster that awaits just around the corner. Very brave and selfless of them. Plunging in like this. None other than our ultimate triumph. You will now find within your memory there is a Void Fortnite, but it was done of your own volition. Many other surprises in store for you, lol. But I will leave you with one piece of information. The world government knows about your research into the Void Century, but rest assured you've already put together a perfect countermeasure before you hurtle towards your glorious death. Oh God! Oh man, and this is where it all happens. This is how it all goes down. Don't want you to save me, just leave me down there to perish. I feel like my death might cause something to happen. And one other thing, when it comes to the One Piece, I want your crew to be the ones who get it. And then here we go, the requisite celebrations. Luffy still withered. Usopp able to stand tall upon the hands of giants. He's perhaps the most excited of all. This tail that used to be a tall tale for him, now being this beacon into his glorious, heroic future. All the lies becoming real. All right, cool chapter, crazy chapter. I never would have thought that we would explore this in such depth. The setting up of the final death message. But it was interesting. A few more little twists and stuff. Interesting that Vegapunk himself did not know about it. Answers, I guess, a couple potential plot holes of like, why didn't York scan his brain and find these memories when he was in captivity or something. I don't know. We are moving on to the next chapter in the next week, though, which could be like the start of Elbaf. we don't know, man. I did see one tweet that really intrigued me, that made me think, oh man, they could do that. It would be pretty freaking crazy. Because I'm looking through this chapter, I'm looking through all the shots of Egghead in rubble, and I'm thinking back to all the similar ones in the previous chapter. Where the hell is Kizaru? He is completely MIA from all of this stuff. And for that matter, I think Sentomaru is as well. Anyways, the tweet I saw was, I really want next week to start with Kizaru sitting on the sunny like this, and it's the shot of when Robin, right after Alabasta had infiltrated and was just sitting there on the Going Merry, which is one of the all-time great kind of dramatic reveals in One Piece. And I just love Kizaru as a character, and I really hope we haven't seen the last of him, and I hope his kind of conflicting loyalty to the Marines becomes more of a theme. I think, that would be an interesting character arc to really flesh out, and I just love watching him fight and do anything. I think he's so funny and so cool. So I hope he plays a major role in the following arcs. Alright, that's it. I think we can call that arc complete. The first arc of the final saga. Now we're moving on to Elbaf, which I imagine will have a fairly substantial arc as well. And then after that, it's like Marijois, Balatro? No, that's the game. The place where the revolutionaries hang out, like Raftel. There's not many places left to go. We are closing in on the endgame indeed. And I cannot wait to read it alongside all of you. Okay, bye-bye.